Her friends told her marriage was slavery, so I freed her completely. It started with wine nights and empowerment talk. It ended with video evidence, a kiss that wasn't mine, and a divorce decree signed with the same calm she mistook for weakness. After 8 years of marriage, my wife Lisa's best friend got divorced, and suddenly Lisa had a new religion: liberation. Girls' nights every Friday and Saturday. It's just about supporting my friends through this tough time, she'd say, reapplying lipstick before heading out. At first, I encouraged it. We both needed some independence, but soon, I started noticing what was coming home with her, not physically, but emotionally. The tight dresses, the low-cut tops, the perfume that lingered long after she'd walked past. She brushed off my compliments like they were annoyances. "Thanks, I guess," she'd mumble, eyes glued to her phone. Then came the secret smiles, the kind that used to be for me, now reserved for the glowing screen across the dinner table. When I asked what was so funny, she'd flip her phone face down and say, "Nothing important. The final straw? The missing ring. Where's your wedding band?" I asked one morning. She shrugged. "Rings are just symbols of ownership. I'm not property. That ring wasn't ownership. It was commitment. We picked it out together, saved for months, cried when we exchanged vows." That Sunday morning, she rolled in at 3 a.m., reeking of cologne that didn't belong to me. I waited until she woke up. "We need to talk about these weekend adventures," I said. "I'm supporting my friends," she said flatly, "by staying out until dawn and coming home smelling like another man." Her eyes hardened. "Maybe I feel like a single woman. When was the last time you made me feel alive?" "I make you feel alive every day," I said quietly, "by choosing to stay married to this version of you. My friends were right about you," she snapped. "You're just another man trying to keep me small." That was it. The woman I'd built a life with had turned our marriage into a cage in her mind, and me into the warden. So the next Friday, I followed her. My buddy Mike came along for discretion. We parked across from a place called Rhythm and Blues. Lisa sat with her 2 heartbroken friends, dressed like a trio of predators scanning for prey. When a tall guy approached, she didn't hesitate. She took his hand, smiling like she hadn't smiled at me in years, and led him to a corner booth. What I saw next gutted me. She was kissing him like she was 17 again, hands in his hair, laughing into his mouth, his arms pulling her close. "Got it all?" I asked Mike. He nodded grimly. Video, photos, timestamps, everything. We followed them to his apartment. 2 hours later, she emerged wearing his oversized hoodie, hair messy, looking content. They kissed again before she drove home. Sunday evening, she walked into the kitchen, humming, pretending nothing had changed. "Good night out?" I asked. "Yeah," she said. "Just deep conversations about boundaries." "Interesting," I said, clicking the trackpad of my laptop. "Come have a seat." She froze when she saw the photos. Her and Tyler at the bar, entering his apartment, leaving hours later. "I can explain." "I'm sure you can," I said, "but let me show you the rest first." I clicked through everything: the videos, the timestamps, the GPS data from her phone she'd accidentally shared to our joint account. Every breadcrumb of her double life laid out like evidence in a trial. Her hands trembled. "It's not what it looks like." "Really?" I asked. "Because it looks like you've been living a separate life while lying to my face." I was confused, she whispered. "My friends made me realize how unhappy I was." I pulled up her own selfie, her and Tyler, smiling in his hoodie. "You documented it yourself. You wanted people to know." She tried every excuse: mistakes, weakness, emotional connection. "I just wanted to feel alive again," she said. "So did I said softly. "But I didn't need to break vows to do it." Then came the truth she'd been circling all along. "I felt more alive with him than I have in years with you." There it was. "Well," I said, closing the laptop, "good news. You're getting complete freedom from this boring, predictable marriage." "I don't want a divorce," she cried. "I want to fix this." I laughed, but it was empty. "You spent months dismantling our marriage one lie at a time. Now that the walls have fallen, you want me to rebuild them for you? It doesn't have to end like this," she pleaded. "It ended the moment you decided Tyler's apartment was more exciting than our home," I said. "I'm just making it official." 3 weeks later, I signed the divorce paper. Thanks to the documentation, there was no argument about fault. Her lawyer tried to spin it as a lapse in judgment, but photos don't lie.